Hey folks, President Obama here with some tips on helping you write a successful paper number 2. And to help me do that, I've invited some friends along. Here's one now. Oh, it's my good friend Hulk. Hey, President Obama, how you doing? I'm doing well, how are you? Oh, not so bad. Oh, keep your distance. Oh, my mistake. Sorry about that. Do you have any tips for our friends on how to write a successful paper number 2? Sure, I got a few. Would you mind sharing them? Oh, not at all. Tip number 1. Remember, paper 2, unlike paper number 1, is 2 separate essays. It's not a comparison-contrast essay. Oh, that's good to remember. Any other tips? Yes. When outlining, prepare more material than you'll have time to use. Then, pick your best stuff. And if you have extra time at the end, you can add the other stuff that you came up with by introducing it as additionally and in a more summary fashion. That's very good. Any other tips? I got one more. Sure, what is it? Remember, introductions are for orientation. You start out broad and then you narrow towards your thesis statement. What about conclusions? Glad you asked. Conclusions are for significance, broadening out to explain why the author went to the effort of writing the work in the first place. Well, those were some good tips. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Thanks, President Obama. Well, boys and girls, those were some very helpful tips. We've got some more friends who can help us, I think. Let's see who else is here. Oh, it's my good friend, Dr. Sigmund Freud. Hello, President Obama, how are you? I'm doing pretty well, and you? I can't complain. Well, we're helping the students write a successful paper number 2. Do you have any suggestions? Oh yeah, I think I've got a few. Well, would you mind sharing them with the kids? Oh, my pleasure. All right, kids, remember, when you are analyzing the topic, analyze the elements in the order they are presented in the prompt, and then add any additional you have on your own. Well, that sounds like some good advice. Oh, thank you. Any others? Sure, I got one more. Within each element, discuss the events as they appear in the work chronologically. Don't jump back and forth. Oh, that makes good sense too. Thanks so much. Any others? I think I got one more. Okay, what is it? Well, don't neglect to talk about minor characters and smaller events. Not just the major ones. That'll prove to your reader that you didn't get everything from SparkNotes or Schmoop. Oh, good advice. Well, I gotta go. See you later, President Obama. Sure, see you at the pool. Okay, bye-bye. Well, kids, those were some good tips. But I got some more friends with some more tips. Shall we hear them? Oh, my good friend Iron Man, or Iron Kid. Hi, President Obama. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Nice mask you got there. Can't be too careful. Do you have any tips for friends who are writing paper number 2? Sure, I got a few. Well, would you mind sharing them? I'd be happy to. First, make sure you use multiple pieces of evidence for each point. Each paragraph should have a topic sentence and conform to a what, how, and why format. Link to your thesis and transition to the next paragraph. Well, there's a lot of stuff. Do you mind repeating that? No, not at all. Okay, remember, each paragraph should have multiple pieces of evidence for each point you make. Each paragraph should have a topic sentence, conform to a what, how, and why format. Link to your thesis and transition to the next paragraph. Oh, that's some good advice. Anything else? Yeah. Don't forget to include the influence of historical and cultural context. And, as always, if you're discussing irony, you're winning. Hey, good job. Thanks so much, Iron Man. I'll see you later. Sure, see you later. Well, we got some good advice. Wonder if there's any more advice out there. Let's see. Oh, here's my good friend Yoda. Hello, Yoda. How are you? Fine, I am. How are you, President Obama? I'm fine, too. Our friends are writing some paper number 2s. Do you have any tips for them? Sure I do. Well, yeah, I like that you're speaking in proper syntax now. Makes it so much easier to communicate. Thanks. I'm so smart. I finally, after thousands of years, learned how to speak English without inverting my sentence order. Oh, that's very good. Shall you share any tips for the kids? Love to. Hey, kids. Oh, forget this accent. All right, kids. First, here are some writing tips. Don't say I, say the reader or the audience. Don't say book, say novel, narrative, or play. Don't say as mentioned earlier or that said or in conclusion. Don't compliment the author. Don't use this followed directly by a verb. Do use the author's last name, not first. And do use present tense when discussing the characters and events. They are always happening in perpetuity. Well, it's a big word. What does that mean? Well, every time I open Jane Eyre, there she is again doing the same thing she was last time. Well, that's a good advice. Thanks so much. No problem. I'll see you later. Whew, we got some good tips there, kids. I wonder if there are any others. Oh, look, it's my friend, little kid Spidey. SpiderMan, Spider Kid. Hey, Spider Kid. SpiderMan. Okay, SpiderMan, do you have any tips for us? Sure do. 1. When you're done, save some time for proofreading. For subject-verb agreement, putting in commas and periods before quotation marks. Underline titles of full-length works. Wow, that's some good tips too. Any others? Sure. How about write as if your reader were 15. Explain everything, including definitions of literary terms. Well, that was a lot of tips. Thanks, everyone. I got one more. Okay, what is it? Review past quizzes and essays. And longer, non-repetitive essays score higher. Well, thanks, Spider-Man. See you later. Wow, he's very talented. All right, kids, those are some tips for writing a successful paper number 2. We'll see you next time on E-Learning.